The neighbors saw the Facebook post at 7 a.m. It was written from Dee Dee's account. It said, "That bitch is dead." The second post said something worse. It said, "I did it. I'm not sorry." Police arrived at the house within the hour. They found Dee Dee face down in her bedroom, stabbed multiple times, already gone. But Gypsy, her sick daughter, her wheelchair-bound, tube-fed, cancer-surviving daughter, she was nowhere in the house. And here is the question that broke this entire case open. If Gypsy Rose Blanchard was as sick as everyone believed, how did she disappear without a trace? In Springfield, Missouri, Dee Dee Blanchard was a legend. Not famous, not notorious, a legend in the quiet neighborhood way. She was the mother who gave up everything, her career, her social life, her health, all of it surrendered at the altar of her daughter's illness. Gypsy Rose had been sick since she was a baby, or so everyone was told. By age 8, she was in a wheelchair. By 10, she had a feeding tube. By 15, she was listed as a leukemia survivor. She wore princess dresses to charity events. She met country music stars. She was gifted a full house by Habitat for Humanity, painted pink because pink was Gypsy's favorite. Dee Dee never left her side. She shaved her own hair off in solidarity during Gypsy's chemo. She slept in the same room, same bed some nights. She pushed the wheelchair through every hospital corridor. She spoke for Gypsy always because Gypsy's developmental delays made communication difficult. Neighbors described Dee Dee as a saint. A local pastor called her the most devoted mother I have ever seen. One nurse who treated Gypsy for years said, "You wished every parent cared that much." There was one small thing, though, not even worth mentioning really. Dee Dee always insisted on being present during every single medical appointment. Every one, no exceptions. Doctors assumed it was because she was protective. She was, just not of Gypsy. Gypsy Rose Blanchard was born in 1991. At least, that's one version. And this is where it gets strange, because depending on which doctor you asked, Gypsy was a different age. Dee Dee had been shaving years off her daughter's life, telling some doctors she was younger, telling others she was older. A pediatric specialist who treated Gypsy noticed her bone density. It didn't match the age Dee Dee had given him. He raised the concern internally. He was quietly replaced as her treating physician. Dee Dee moved to a new hospital. This happened more than once. Any doctor who asked too many questions, gone. Any nurse who looked Gypsy directly and asked how she was feeling, gone. Dee Dee kept moving, kept switching, kept controlling the paper trail. And the paper trail was everything. Because Gypsy Rose did not have leukemia. She did not have muscular dystrophy. She did not have the developmental delays that kept her silent in public. But here's the thing about Gypsy. She knew. She had known for years, and we'll come back to exactly what she did with that knowledge. But first, look at what Dee Dee did to make sure she never told anyone. Before we go further, Gypsy deserves to have this story heard. If you think what happened to her matters, hit the like button. It takes 1 second, and it means this story reaches someone who needs to hear it. Now, back to what the police found. Dee Dee Blanchard had a system. It was not improvised, it was engineered. She controlled every doctor, every diagnosis, every prescription. She fed Gypsy medications for conditions she didn't have. Antipsychotics, seizure drugs, sleep aids. The medications kept Gypsy foggy, compliant, dependent. When Gypsy was a teenager, her teeth began to rot, a known side effect of long-term unnecessary medication. Dee Dee told doctors it was from the cancer treatment. It wasn't. Dee Dee also controlled the money. Donations flowed in constantly, from churches, from charities, from strangers online. A trip to Disney World funded by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The Pink House, thousands of dollars in materials and labor donated freely. A community fundraiser after Hurricane Katrina displaced them from Louisiana. Dee Dee had lost almost everything in the storm. She made sure Gypsy's illness was the reason people rebuilt her life. But Gypsy was getting older, and something was happening that Dee Dee hadn't planned for. Gypsy Rose Blanchard was figuring things out. She had started secretly using the internet. She created fake profiles. She made friends Dee Dee didn't know existed. And in 2012, she met a man named Nicholas Godejohn in a Christian dating chat room. She told him everything. Here is the detail that stopped investigators cold. Gypsy Rose Blanchard had tried to escape before. Once, years earlier, she had run to a neighbor's house. She told the neighbor her mother was hurting her. The neighbor called Dee Dee. Dee Dee arrived, collected Gypsy, and thanked the neighbor for keeping her safe. That was the last time Gypsy asked anyone outside for help. We'll come back to that, but first, look at what happened next. Nicholas Godejohn drove from Wisconsin to Springfield. Dee Dee was asleep. Gypsy waited in the bathroom while it happened. She told investigators later she put in earplugs.
The next morning, she and Nicholas took a bus to Wisconsin. She posted from her mother's Facebook account herself. She wrote what she wrote, and then she waited. I need to stop here for a second, because this is the part of the case I keep coming back to. Gypsy Rose arranged for her mother's murder. She planned it. She invited Nicholas into the house. She waited in the other room. Some people say she was a victim making the only exit available to her. Others say the moment she planned it, she became something else entirely. I genuinely don't know which side I'm on. Tell me in the comments, because I'm reading every single one. Nicholas Godejohn was convicted of first-degree murder. He is serving life without the possibility of parole. Gypsy Rose pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. She was sentenced to 10 years in Missouri. She was released in December 2023. She had served 8 years. The medical community spent years asking how this happened, how dozens of specialists across multiple states missed it. The answer, when it finally came, was quiet and awful. Dee Dee never let anyone talk to Gypsy alone. Not once, not for a single minute. Every question went through her. Every answer came back through her. The doctors weren't fooled by a clever lie. They were denied access to the truth. Investigators later found Gypsy's bedroom. Underneath the mattress, hidden in the one place she had that was hers, a stack of princess magazines. Worn at the corners, read and reread in silence. She wasn't allowed to watch Disney films without supervision, so she read the magazines alone in the dark while Dee Dee slept. That image does something to me every time I think about it. A girl who spent her entire childhood performing illness for a room full of strangers, who went home at night and quietly dreamed of being a princess. The scariest part of this story isn't what Dee Dee did, it's that she did it in plain sight, in front of nurses, pastors, neighbors, charity workers, and every single one of them saw a devoted mother. In the next case, the warning signs were even closer. They were inside the home, and the person who saw them first was only 7 years old.